Who would have thought that a movie tells everybody blanketly that they're racist? What? Hey there, this is Tom with Tom's Talk Show. And today we're talking about this crazy thing on Showtime that continues to get some traction as more episodes of Everything's Gonna Be All White continue to roll out. I don't get, for myself personally, I just don't get where this comes from. I can see individually, you may think and have actually had incidents in your life that are bad by someone of another skin color or gender or something else. I mean, this happens. It happens all the time, but I don't think as much as people think. I mean, where I live, there's uh, everybody. I mean, it's just everybody. We're here in Florida. Everybody's here. You get all different economic levels. You get all different racial things. I think there's a lot of Cubano people here. There's a lot of Puerto Rican people here. Um, and everybody seems to get along, right? I mean, if you leave people out, just let them do what they want to do, try and make a better life for their families. Uh, you know, Unless you're coming after them, I don't think anybody's gonna try and oppress you or anything like that. I mean, could be my own naivete. Okay, fine. Let's look at some of the things that are going on with this series here. Of course, we know that Rotten Tomatoes is currently sitting at 2%, only 135 ratings, and no one professionally is reviewing this. In the regular critics, they don't even want to touch it. I don't know where that's coming from. Metacritic, one positive thing says there's value in the three main episodes of Everything's Going to Be All White, but there's are comparable documentaries I'd suggest first. The bonus episode, I strongly urge Showtime to order 13 episodes in this format, which isn't like anything else on TV. Uh, okay, I don't know what they want more of, but people don't want any more of this. So, 19 negative, 1 positive. Let's go over to IMDb. Here we go. This shows at a 1.0. I think you can only do 1 star. I don't think you could do anything less than that if you vote for it. It's, so 2,000 people at 1 star, 115 at 10 stars. So yeah, so this is your divide, right? Okay, so basically 93% of the people understand that this is kind of a hit piece. This is kind of people trying to, mansplain. You can mansplain things. I don't know, in this genre about what's going on. Now, there are places in Mrs. Talk Show did live in some of the very bad areas of Los Angeles, and if you were known to be in one of those gang areas and stuff, then that's, and they knew you lived there, they would protect you. You were part of that area, and they would protect their own area, right? I mean, so there is some tribalism that goes on in there, and that causes a lot of. I think that causes a lot of this division, right? That you got this tribalism, and they don't want anybody else in there. And I think a lot of that tribalism is brought about by, and I think it's been seen, homes without fathers, broken families, and people drug and alcohols, which is not to say that that's specific to a certain race. Where we used to live in a place called Yuba City, Northern California, we had a great neighborhood, and the section of houses on one side, there were quadruplexes on one side and a section of apartments on the other side. The government came in, took them over, made them government subsidized housing, and within a year it was drugs, violence, and all that within no time at all. So if you're bringing in families, without fathers that are drug abusers, that have alcohol problems, these were all pretty much regular white people, that were moved into these, but they were low income and had all these problems. Instead of fixing the single parent drug and alcohol problem, they just gave them a cheap place to live. So that's kind of stuff is going to happen anywhere, regardless of your skin color, right? But I think telling one group that it's all their fault. Well, is it their fault that these other people where we used to live, were ended up with, having to be on government assistance and drugs and alcohol? Well, if you get drugs and alcohol, if you stop that, maybe you can probably find a better place to live, right? So, just kind of my whole thing is that, let's look at the one of the directors, Sasha Jenkins. I don't really know who he is, but just reading over here, he was born in Philadelphia. They lived in Harlem for a while, which is definitely, I think, probably a lower income, and then they eventually moved to Queens, which is much better. Then his dad started doing some stuff for television, and then he graduated from Columbia University. So that's really able to take what you had, where you were, and move and push yourself, out into doing something better and becoming better. And that's on you as an individual to be able to do that. If you're trying to take that all of this one group is against all of this other group, that really is disingenuous, because you can't say all, right? If you need, irregardless of race or whatever, if you need some help, I know stuff about computers. If I have my other channel, Tom's Tech Show, and if you need help doing something and that's going to help you in your job and move forward and everything else, I think people have sent things to me, said, make this, I need it for my job, whatever, can you help me with this? I didn't say, oh, what boxes do you check? What identities do you check? It doesn't matter to me. You're a person. You said, you reached out and said, I could use a little help on this. Boom, I make videos about it and it helps them. Cool. That's my thing, is to let's try and make everybody else better. And, irregardless, don't look at their skin, don't look at their race, don't look at their gender, don't look at anything. One-on-one, person to person, can I do something for you to help you, to make you better? Cool, let's do that. If there's nothing, I'll say, well, let me get out of the way so you can go find somebody to do that. Right? And this is what's happened here. He obviously was able to move forward, get out of a potentially lower income area, move to a better area, graduate for a good college, and move on, and now is in Hollywood, directing television shows. I would say not very well accepted television shows. Here's the YouTube preview of it, which now has 2,900 likes to 101,000 dislikes. I think your ratio is a little off, right? That's like a massive ratio. And of course they have comments turned off because no one wants to discuss or, bring out anything, that's actually going on. It just, and over here you've got actual, people of color in these lists here making comments, and most of them don't like that. Most people who are there, it's like, myself. Okay, a little history about myself. I started doing, got out of high school, started going to some college, realized what they were teaching me in college wasn't what I wanted to do. They were, at that point, technology was moving extremely faster than college teaching was doing. So I got out of college and got into the workforce in the computer field, and then just pushed myself. Where we lived was, a small little apartment. Had the neighbors had cockroaches going in and out. It's like, well, we don't want to live here, so let me work as hard as I can, get as big a raise as I can, so that we can find something better. We moved to another place that was a little bit better apartment. Was able to, it was near a bad part of town, but it was better. Then next we moved to another city close by, because I continued to work hard, continued to do things I needed to do, continued to get big raises at work, and was able to, rent a nice house in a little bit nicer neighborhood. Then 100 yards away from that house, we were able to purchase a house in that neighborhood. Now this was the neighborhood that went to got all the heck, because everything around went to Section 8. But after that, we were able to move to a place near the beach in near Los Angeles, and now we're here in Florida, got land and everything else. Why? Because I was being oppressed and victimized and asked for handouts. No, it's because I worked hard, continue to work hard, continue to find opportunities, continue to do what I needed to do to push forward to make life better. So much of it is on you and your choices and your decisions in life and what you want to do. And I mean, I could make, I've had, long hair forever, and I could make, videos about people who didn't, oh, you're one of those rock and roll kind of people, and I don't want to associate with you. Oh, you're, you go out and, bang your head and thrash around and do, whatever in those mosh pits or whatever, which I never ever got into going into a mosh pit. That always seemed a little crazy for me. But, I was, there were times when people were like, oh, we're going to this rock and roll show. They're like, oh, okay. I didn't take it as, someone oppressing me or against me or anything else. I don't think that ever really stopped me from moving forward and being able to do the things, that I needed to do and find opportunities and push forward and stuff. And I just encourage everybody else, do the same thing. Find opportunities, push forward, make yourself better. Number one thing, keep your family together. If you're married, you've got kids and everything else, I don't care what it is, find a church. If you've got problems, go get counseling at that church, work it out, stay together. That's the best thing that you can do, for your family and for your livelihood and everything else, is have that family support and to be together. And that's kind of what gets destroyed a lot, I think, in many black communities, is that, not that all of them are. I've seen many that were, amazing families, there. But then again, you like I say, you have to take it all down on an individual level, not just make these big, generalized statements, about things. So, all right, what do you think? Are you watching this? Everything's gonna be all white. Do you think does it deserve the negativity that it's getting, or are they just, I mean, this obviously, with the negative downvotes, is fostering even more, racial divide, and even division within, that community. So I don't know that it's helping. So I think a better video would be, here's people and here's other people, and they come together and help each other, and what comes out of that is awesome. Nobody checked any boxes at the door or anything else. They just came together, helped each other move forward. Right. All right. Let me know what you think about it. I haven't watched it. We don't have Showtime. I'm not going to put any money towards Showtime, obviously, because of the things like this. That's why we don't have Netflix, and all that. But I think the world would be better without things like this, for sure. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching. Take care. Remember to like, share, subscribe my videos and this new channel. All right. Thank you.